So what is a Docker Compose? Where do we use this particular Docker Compose, and how we are going to use this for multi-container application? So what is this particular multi-container first? So Docker Compose. So this is a tool for defining and running multiple container Docker applications. So it allows you to manage multi-container environments using a simple YAML structure. So this particular file, whatever a docker compose hyphen docker-compose.yml file describes how the different containers should work together. How the different containers should work together, and what services they should provide, and how they should be configured. So instead of, for example, we generally used to go for a Docker run and a respective image hyphen t and the respective image name, right? So instead of managing each container individually with multiple Docker run commands, so Docker Compose simplifies this by allowing you to define all the containers and the networks and the volumes, everything in a single file. In a traditional way, what we will be doing is to run a container, we will be going Docker run and the respective container one, Docker run container two. So if we had some three applications to run of a three containers, we need to run three times of a Docker run, and later we need to attach the respective volumes while we are running a container, and even the databases. So we need to maintain them. But here, instead of running multiple Docker commands, so all that particular data will be included in a single Docker Compose YAML file. For example, see here, there is a front-end application, right? There is a front-end application and a back-end application, right? Imagine that this particular front-end application is going to be with Nginx, and the backend will be used MySQL, right? And here the Docker Compose will specify two services. One is a web server Nginx and a database MySQL. Okay, and this particular will break down with the versions 3.8, specifies the version of a Docker Compose format that to use, and the services like a front end or the respective backend services, so based upon the images that it requires and the networks that it needs to be created. And to run this, so we generally use docker hyphen compose up. So to start the multi-container application defined in the docker-compose.yml file, you would run the command docker compose app.